Our today's topic is data types. Primitive data types and non-primitive data types. These are the two types of data types which comes under the heading of data types. Let's first of all define the data types. My dear friends, in Java you know that we do the programs, and in programs first line is the declaration statement where we need to declare the variables we need to use in the program. Now the variables, before we declare the variables, we need to prefix data types along with that variable. For example, int a. So here a is the variable name, also called identifier, and int is the data type. So these are the data types we need to prefix while declaration, and this tells the computer, this tells the Java language that we are going to use this particular type of data type, and we are supposed to store that particular type of value in that data type or in that variable. Now these are of two types. First of all is primitive data type and second is non-primitive data type. Now first of all, what are the primitive data types? These are the basic or fundamental data types which are used by the Java language. So these are the predefined, or we can also tell that built-in data types which are present in the Java language. We use these kind of data types. For example, these are again of two types. One is numeric, other is non-numeric. Numeric data type, they store only numbers. Now as you all know that numbers are integers also, numbers are decimals also. So numeric value will have two types of data types. Number one, integer. Number two, floating numbers. Now under integer again there are two types of integers. One is integer and the other is long integer. Now integer, how can we declare the data type integer? We will use the word int. This is the keyword. Keyword int will use, and then we'll write the variable name. So here we have given the example int a semicolon. This is the declaration statement of integer data type which comes under the numeric data type. Now how can we store the value in this kind of data type? By writing in second statement a is equal to 15 and then the semicolon. Now next is long integer. Long integer can be written like by using the keyword long and then b is the variable name and then the value. And here you can see 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the value we have stored in the long integer. Second is floating numbers. Floating numbers will be having the decimal value, and these again are of two types. One is small size, other is the big size. Now float a is equal to 34 decimal 45. This means float is the data type of a variable. And then double is again the data type, comes under the floating numbers, and here we have written double b is equal to this particular value. You can see after decimal we have used so many numbers. So this is the double value. Next comes under the primitive data type non-numeric. Now you can revise what was the primitive data type. Primitive data type is the fundamental or basic data type. These are built-in data types which have nothing to do with other type of data types. They don't have any connection with other data types. They are simple basic data types. Now we have done numeric, we will be doing non-numeric. As the name suggests, here no numbers will be there. Here the characters and booleans will be there. Character, again you all know who have done already the other languages. Character means these type of characters which we have on keyboard. This is small alphanumeric, alphabets and the capital. And here we can write how can we declare the character data type? By writing char P and then the semicolon. Here P is the identifier and char is the character data type. This is the keyword again, and second statement we have initialized it by giving the value A. And have you noticed that A value of the character data type, we have stored it inside the single quotes. Now these were the primitive data types. Now comes non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data types, these are the reference type of data types. Here we don't store the value, we store the memory location of the value. Wherever the value is present, their value has been stored under some memory location. Memory location address is being stored in this non-primitive data type. That's why they are also called reference data types. My dear friends, in this we can give the example classes, arrays and interfaces. These are also known as user defined data types. These are not at all built-in data types as primitive data types are. So these are the reference data type. So these can be used like this by using method name, or in Java you know that we call method as the function we used to call in C and C++ language. Method name and then the reference type. Reference type can be classes, arrays or interfaces, and after that the variable. Now this was the syntax. Now this means that reference type, object or array to be passed to this function. Now this is the function, means method name. We can keep method name any, this is the user defined. We can have the sum or we can have mult to multiply, and then there should be one object or array to be passed and then the variable name. So my dear friends, this will end the topic of data types. I hope you understood it well. Thank you. Bye bye.